Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have some more RPG goodness. This time it's Towns and Taverns, books battle mats, set of 2 battle mat books for RPGs, brought to you by Loke Battle Mats. All right, so let's take a look at the artwork right off the bat. Definitely, the artwork definitely goes with the theme of Towns and Taverns. A town that you're really going to want to explore if you're in one of those RPG games. 80 map pages, endless options. There's 2 books, book 1 and book 2. Open and roll. Attention adventurers, the Town and Taverns books of battle mats are 2 urban fantasy themed tabletop roleplay map books full of modular maps. Create your own town with 2 books that line up to create endless layouts, giving you a 24 by 24 map area from books that fit in your bag. Reduce your game prep time with these portable mats. Wipe clean with 1-inch grid design. The 360-degree spine allows the book to fold completely in half if space is tight, or lay dead flat so your adventure can unfold in front of you. With imagination-sparking designs, the Town and Taverns book of battle mats are reusable for a limitless number of town encounters. With winding alleys, village streets, warehouses, docks, taverns, and more to explore, Towns and Taverns are waiting for you. So it's over to you. Roll for initiative. Again, this is brought to you by Loke Battle Mats. And there are 2 books that are included. And obviously, on the back, the pictures show many examples of what you'll be getting inside the 2 books. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So this is volume 1 or book 1. So right off the bat, as you guys know, I have done a lot of unboxings for various kinds of mats and over time, for different maps from different publishers. And Loke Battle Mats, I've done a lot of the larger size, medium size, and small size. So just to give you an idea of how large the map is, we're going to crack this open and start with the blank pages. Of course, they always give blank pages, as I always say, so you can design your own map. So if you have some stuff laying around, like I happen to have here, you can create your own map. So if I want to put a statue over here, let's just put a, let's say they're investigating a temple, and this is over here. Got one guy over here, over here somewhere. Got another statue down here. I'll throw some crates over here. I'll throw a pile of treasure all in the back over there. If your adventurers coming in to see what's going on into this big room. There's some bad guys who are going to pop out. Different creatures that you may have to face in your adventure. Maybe even an ogre pops out. So as you can tell, you can design these maps when you have the blank ones any way you like. So let's just say we had this guy here and he sees them coming out. Maybe he puts an orb of protection around himself. And maybe he wants to shoot a fireball. He can do that too. That's his first 2 actions that he has. Okay. Maybe a swordsman comes out. Okay. Obviously, you can have different kinds of characters. You can have standees if you want coming out to attack also. Again, these are all basically 28 to 32 millimeter figures. If I have a simple characters like this, I can use that in the map. Let's put him over here somewhere. The butler standing there going, how did I get involved in this? Or maybe that's someone they got to go and rescue. You got to use regular pawns if you want. Regular pawns. Just put them on to say, so that's a good guy or a bad guy. If you have someone even with a hex, they fit right in there. Again, these are 28 millimeter basings that we have here. They're 1-inch square, so 28 mil will fit in there. 25 mil will fit in there. A 32 will be a larger size, so that may be more this size base here because it's just about taking up the entire thing. Okay. And of course, So again, it's up to your own creativity, and that's why they always give you a couple blank pages so you can put things in as you want. So let's say you don't want this much terrain in there, right? Let's just say you don't have terrain, okay? Again, just using this for example purposes. I'm going to leave some of the figures here. I'm going to pull these guys up, pull that out for a second, pull him out for a second. I'm going to leave a couple of these guys out here, just show another example of what we're talking about here. So let's say you don't have the 3D terrain. You have these were called the clings here. We'll leave the clings on there. But let's just hypothetically say there's a building over here. Let's say you have some paper terrain. Let's say there's a building over here. You got a statue over here in the corner. If he's attacking this creature that's over here, we'll put this here because he's attacking him. Just changing it up a little bit just to show you how we can, again, using different kinds of maps, you can do this. Let's hypothetically say there's a nice bench out there. Okay. And we'll leave it at that. So there you go. And then of course you could throw your terrain. You could throw some crates over here if you want. Now again, let's say a person came in and they investigated here. All you'd have to do is flip this over. You get inside the tomb. All right. Or if they flip over here, they're going to have to go check out that house that's over there. But it's being guarded by that guy. Okay. So again, whether you have paper terrain, whether you have 3D terrain, it doesn't really matter. The reality is, even if you have, like I said, you have a regular pawn from a regular game and you put them out there, these maps will enhance your gameplay. That's why you pick them up. And that's why always at the beginning, they give you a couple of pages of blanks. This way you can create your own maps for your own adventures. So nothing is predetermined. Okay, so that's just, again, all the figures, all the clings, the paper terrain, none of this is included with the purchase of the this mat. This is all just being used for example purposes. So let me just pull that off real quick, and we'll get to the meat of why we really are doing this unboxing. So let's pull it. And again, the clings are great. You just pull them right off, and there they go. So let's take a look at, let's talk about the mat first. So here we go. So you could fold it down as one, or as we've said before, you can leave two open, so you can use both sides of the map. So just a little bit more, so you can use both sides to map. All right. So if I move over to here real quick, gonna move some stuff over. So if we look at the map, we can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you got a 12 by 12 grid right here. Now I have done other unboxings. So if you watch those videos, I can show you a little bit here. So this was another book that was released by Look Battle Mats that I did an unboxing with. This is, of course, the little book of battle mats. So just doing a comparison here, this is only a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6. Okay, so it's giving you an idea of how large the map is. So again, that's the little book of maps. And I also did the unboxing for this one, which was the big book of sci-fi battle mats. Now, if I open it up to any page, I'll use one of the blank ones that they have here, or the snow one. I'll try to line up as best I can. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that tells you how large that one is in comparison. So these are definitely oversized. They're 24 by 24. So they're a really nice size for your campaign. So of course you start off with 2 blank pages. Let's keep rolling because we got a lot to go through. All right, so let's take a look at this up close. Now again, the book, you fold it this way, you've got one map at your disposal. If you want to, say your guys are walking in this way, and then we walk down this road or something, they can open up to this side of the town as well, or they explore into here and then they start moving into. One thing I always show people also right off the bat, you have to take a look at the map. I like to always kind of push this in just a little bit so you get an idea of where passable and impassable terrain would be. You look right down the center there. So all this would be passable because it's all one room, it appears. Here it would be impassable because there's a wall here. So you'd walk this way through here and then into here. Same thing over here, it's impassable. Then you walk into here, to this room. Oh, no, wait. Down here, sorry, into here. Go into the room. Could be there. This is like another room, so you can't walk through that wall, obviously. Can't walk through that wall. Oh, so I was wrong. So your opening would be here. And your opening would be down here on this side here. Then obviously the openings that you would see here. So again, some people like to cut the maps out of the books. They want to just cut it here with an X-Acto knife or use a scissor. You can do that as well. And you want to cut it out and lay them flat on the table, you can do that. I always keep them within the bindings. This way I don't lose them, and on top of it, it doesn't bother me. So I use it during games as well, so it doesn't bother me. So anyway, so let's take a look at this map up close a little bit. The detail is phenomenal, just like every other look battle mat. Again, in most of your games, the one square would equal 5 feet. So be 5, 10, 15 feet. Or if you went from here to here, it doubles it up. So 5, 15, 15 plus 10 is 25. You know, that's what you're going to be doing when you do it that way. So let's take a look at these maps again. Again, the attention to detail on the tables, the barrels, everything that we're looking at here on a map. Again, these maps are fantastic, highly recommended. Oak battle mats are some of the best mats you can get. Again, if you don't have, let's say if you have paper figures, you can use those as well. If you want to just put circle, like you do in tic-tac-toe, if you want to use X's and O's, you can grab a dry erase marker, put an X here, put an O over here. X is a hero, 0 is a villain. You draw a little arrow here saying I'm attacking them this way. You can do that as well with these. And again, they're dry erase. Don't use permanent marker, but they're dry erase. You use like an XO marker. It comes right off. You just usually I either if it doesn't come off just with regular tissue paper, I'll use a little bit of water and dip the tissue in the water, and it comes right off. Again, these have plastic coating on it. Water does not affect them. Okay. Of course, don't take the book and submerge it in the tub or something like that. But honestly, I wouldn't want to test it that way. But or leave it out in a rainstorm or whatever. I'll say I wouldn't do that. But at the same time, they are dry erase, just like most of your really good map companies do. The cartography, again, phenomenal on all these maps. Just coming to show you here. The detail of the cobblestones, each square of the grass. They're just beautifully, beautifully laid out and beautifully done. So here we go again. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I have several cats at my home, and they are acting crazy this morning. So I apologize if you hear that background noise. They're having fun, so that's why we love them, and they're allowed to do that. So let's see, we got some stones here. We got another mat, another walkway of cobblestones. Not sure if those are cobblestones, but you get the general gist. You got some spiked there. And continue on to this side. Again, I would kind of squeeze this together a little bit, as you see how I just did there. It tells you exactly where they can enter and they can't. They can enter here, coming down, they can go in here. I'll see that you can't enter through here and through here. Okay. Grass line there. Okay, so there you have that. Again, that's how it would look with just, if you're using just one side of the map. Again, if you're using the full map, it would look like that. Moving on to our next page. Down at the docks. Again, the beautiful, beautiful, and the amount of detail which is on every stone. When you look at the water, how detailed it is with the rocks underneath it. It's just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Move the docks this way a little bit. Continuing on the other side. And I hate to say it, who wouldn't want to play on a map that looks this good? Do the full scan here, best I can on my table. There we go. Again, if you want to lay it flat and just use one side, that's fine. If you want to use just this side, you can't. It's totally your choice. And looking at the beautiful detail of this map. This was actually the first one I picked up. I picked up quite a few of these double sets. And you've been seeing me doing the unboxings on the channel. You can always go back and check out those videos that have been released. And you can tell the quality of the map is there. And with the attention to detail, the use of color, again, both the maps together. This attention to detail, the colors, the vibrancy, just everything about these maps are fantastic. And then again, you see where there's no door, or there's a wooden door, maybe there's a steel door up here. You know, if you have 3D doors, you can put them on there. If you have paper doors, you can put them on there. You have tiles like they use from Zombicide. You put a door there that's closed, and then when it's open, it's broken down. You could open that up. Same thing here. You could use it, you know, again, I like to use everything that I have at my disposal. I got a lot of stuff laying around here, so I mean, whenever I do play a game, I usually use a combination of all kinds of different tiles. Moving on. Big open room. So this one's actually perfect for it. So if I wanted to, I have some paper terrain. So if I want to, you know, jazz it up just a little bit, I could say, maybe there's a bone carpet leading up this way. Or I could flip it over and say, no, maybe there's some flowers on it or something, just to jazz it up just a little bit, to add a little bit more color. Maybe I'm going to say, now I'm going to say this is some sort of altar area. I could put this here. I could put some, it's a little long for it, but maybe I'll put it this way instead. So maybe there's some seats over here. I can put that there. Put some cloth seats up here. Put another row of them right there. So again, your paper terrain comes in handy too if you have that. So just adding those couple little pieces onto it enhance the overall usage of the map. Again, from going from having a big empty space with a little bit of paper terrain thrown down. Now all of a sudden, if you don't like that, the cloth ones, you want to make it look like regular pews. There you go. Boom. Flip it over. Change it up. You know, you want to stay with the wood theme? There you go. We'll throw it in there. I did a little upscale with the cloth on it. But if you want to do it, there you go. Again, you're using the map with a combination of a little bit of paper terrain. And it really enhances it. Okay, so there you go. If you want to throw a statue in there, you can do that. Put a statue in the corner, you could do that. Yeah, it just adds to it. If you don't like that side, flip it over. Put a different kind of statue in there. Okay. And of course, always, if you have a 3D piece of terrain you want to throw in there, you know, put a 3D piece of terrain in there. Okay. Or put it down here so you can see what the statue looks like. Okay, boom. The door comes in here. Guys walk in. Guy walks in from that side. It's all good. You know, I don't want to block the door, obviously. There you go. So there's all kinds of ways that you can use these maps, obviously. But again, the detail is phenomenal. Let's move on to the other side. From the lights to the carpeting, detail on the stonework. The cartography is beautiful on every single page of these books. Again, the full scene, either full or half. Moving on, some more. Put it on. Again, even the flowers that they have there. Absolutely beautiful. The grass or weeds popping through the stonework. The weathering, all that stuff, it just adds to the overall effect of the... Now, does that make a big deal in the game? No, but the reality is that, you know, it's just beautifully added on to enhance your overall gaming experience. This is cool. Again, the attention to detail. Whenever I look at the grass up close, I always go, It's really impressive the way they do the bushes and the stuff in between the stones. It's really, really awesome. Again, this could be the outside of a big manor that you're going to go and investigate. Maybe you're hired to protect a wedding party that's getting married and they're doing their photos outside here. Now these maps, you know, they're meant for more for fantasy RPGs. But again, at the same time, I kind of say you can use them for whatever you want to use them for. So a big open map like this, who's saying you can't use this for Aliens, the role-playing game? Use it for Starfinder. Use it for any of the science fiction-based games. Blade Runner. Whatever comes to your mind that you want to do. You can do it for Star Trek, Pathfinder. Any type of role-playing game that you'd like to use it for, you can, obviously. 2 pages of exactly the same. More cobblestone streets. So that's one. I always say you leave it up to your own imagination. You know, just because it says, you know, it's for a fantasy setting, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it for that. You use what you have. And if you're lucky enough to pick up one of these copies of one of these, I think I picked this up at a Barnes & Noble. Yeah, I did pick it up at Barnes & Noble. When they were closing out a store that was near me. I think I picked up for 25% off. I forget what the price of these were, but they weren't cheap by any means of the word. Or huge, I shouldn't say cheap, I should say cost effective, as I would have liked to. But you know, you spend it when you want something of quality, you got to spend a little bit more money sometimes. So again, that's your big wide open area there if I combine the two. Okay. And let's take a look at our next map. Again, it's just a big wide open area. Now I do have columns for, I'm not going to show you, but I didn't because I didn't bring them up here for the video. But I have columns which I could place in each one of these places here. Again, if you want, you got a big wide open area like that, you put a big statue like that. The 3D terrain obviously makes it pop a little bit more, obviously. But if you don't have 3D terrain, again, the paper terrain works just as good. You pick up stuff like I did. I thought this hand was the coolest thing, so I picked this up at a Dollar Tree for $1.25. Again, is it meant for Dungeons and Dragons or is it meant for a role-playing game? No, but you know what? Looks cool as hell when you put it on the board. So that's why I picked it up. It's, you know, I go all over the place to find just kinds of different things. You know, that's pretty cool though. I thought that, I was like, wow. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow. They had a black one that wasn't as it was cool too, but it was the same exact markings and everything else on it, but it just didn't pop as it does on the white one. So I was like, yeah, let me pick that up. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's another thing. If I want to use something that's a little bit simpler, I could do that. Put that in there as well. But again, using 3D terrain, using paper terrain, it just says use it to enhance these map books to your liking. And again, all the terrain pieces, everything that I'm showing you are not included in the purchase of this map. Those are all additional purchases. They're for example purposes only. And so we look here, another area of the manor. Obviously it's an upscale place, beautiful, beautiful carpeting. And you look at the carpeting, how plush it is. Again, the attention to detail is just, you know, phenomenal on all these books. And that's the way it would look taken all the way out. Here we go, some sort of storage room. Now here we go, you have your height here. So you know that going up a ladder, you know this is going to have a height advantage to down here if they're fighting. You know that. Also, if they get knocked off here and fall down, they're going to receive damage because they have taken a rather large tumble while they're there. But again, looks like a warehouse thing. Again, if I want to enhance it a little bit, rather than using just that right there, I could always use a set of crates, blammo. It may not fit exactly the way it is, but you can position it where it makes sense. 3D terrain, paper terrain, whatever you want to use. It all just enhances it a little bit more. Yeah, so also if you had from other games and you had things like this that you wanted to use, there's all kinds of terrain companies out there. You want to make it so it's elevated a little bit more. You could put the elevation here, elevation there, elevation here, elevation here, and there, and there, and there. Now you got something that you're talking about. You know what I mean? The barrels, everybody has barrels kind of laying around from 40K or whatever. You could use them in here. You know, just because they're for 40K doesn't mean you can't use them on a regular flat map just to enhance the overall gaming experience. You use what you got, you know what I'm saying? And then we can move on to this side of the map. All different size crates and barrels. Very cool. Very colorful inside. Again, with the paper terrain. I like the paper terrain because it's easy to use when you have a map. If you don't have a map like this and you're kind of drawing things out, it's cool as well. What I like about this is different accessories that you can put in the different rooms. You know, the 3D terrain is really cool. But as you guys all know, the 3D terrain costs you a lot more money than you would the paper terrain. And for the paper terrain, you get a lot more bang for your buck, I feel. But at the same time, the 3D terrain really is eye-popping when you're playing a game. So I like to use a combination of both if I need to. You know, like I said, if I want to dress up a room and throw some benches up there, I don't have benches like the pews like I showed you earlier. I don't have a terrain piece that's this big. And if I get one that's pre-painted or whatever else like this, that's just a chair like that, it's gonna cost you $15, $20 just for that one piece. So, like I said, the paper terrain does its job. This reminds me of the board game Clue a little bit. If you think about it, the different rooms, different colors. Yeah. The professor did it in the library with the knife, or the rope, or the gun, or the pipe. So there you go. Very cool. Now we have like to me, that looks almost like could be you're moving towards an underground where the sewers are. So you're going to be heading down there. You're going to climb down here and go underneath, going through the sewer grates. Okay. Again, each side is 12 by 12. If I put both mats down, it's a 24 by 24. Yeah, so it's a 24 by 24 size map, which is a very, very good size map. Then we're going to move on to this side. Again, just trying to give you a bird's eye view of the maps themselves, and that's what it would look like if you laid it out flat. Again, when you look, if you pick it up and push it together a little bit, it kind of tells you immediately what is, again, passable on the top. When you get to the, looks like rock formation, that would be unpassable, or it'd be difficult terrain to come up to it. Half movement. Again, where the wall is impassable unless you climb over with a rope or whatever. And you see it all the way down there where you'd be able to pass through to the different sides. You see it right down in this area here. Also, it's wide open, so you can walk in there, steps going up. But the area around here and up here, you would not be considered difficult terrain or impassable terrain, depending on the way, how high you want to say this is, the elevation is for this. And then we got this. Now, you may not be able to see it on camera as well, but when you look at this, the colors just pop on this. How stunning this is, just it pops. Okay. Just pops, just really, really pops. All right, next map is here. Grave site. Going on to this side over here. Again, time to use those skeleton figures, those zombie figures, those wraiths that you might have laying around. This would be the perfect adventure or part of the map or part of the adventure that you're running onto, and you're running into those kinds of creatures. Okay. Barbara, they're coming for you. Okay, moving on. Another one. Okay, and then onto this side of the map. Again, that's the end, and that is, you have your book one. Now, this is flatter. Obviously, there's a lot of pages on this side here. There's a little bit of an elevation gap here. Obviously, there's nothing you could really do about that unless you cut this page out and you cut this page out, which would basically, I hate to say it, ruin the book. But again, when you lay it flat, you don't see it so much. But there is definitely an elevation from here to here. You could use that as a natural elevation where, you know, this is a higher ground than this is here. Or you could just say, ignore that, you know, you have to just go kind of get past it, and that's it. And that elevation, there's nothing you can do about that because it happens on almost every page when the book is not, you know, as the pages flip, obviously, the elevations on one side are higher than the other. But again, you just ignore that. You know, you can make it either part of the game or make it as not part of the game. And again, you can use one side of the book or both sides of the book. And that's the last page in this book one, volume one, I should say, of Towns and Taverns book of battle mats. We're going to swing over here. Now all of a sudden we got book two. And here it is, book two. Again, looks like this time it's nighttime. The first one was a little bit daytime, and you got nighttime. Got the eagle in. Again, getting you ready for your adventure. Again, the float battle mats we're talking about today. Again, so again, same thing, got the blanks, we don't need to go into that, but watch this now. So this is something that is very cool. When you buy both these, you buy this package which has two maps in it. Now, you put them together, you've now got, what is it, 24 by 24, 24, 24, you got 48 by 48 size map, which is obviously twice the size. They line up perfectly, and again, if you want, you can flip it this way and that way. So you have the two different elevations matching. Two high elevations, two lower elevations. But figure there real quick, you can kind of tell that there's an elevation here. So step up if you want to. It's up to you. Or elevation to elevation, totally up to you. Okay, but that's the great thing about these books, that the pages will match up. There's your two blanks. Let's continue rolling on. So you got some C over here. All right. Again, when you come to the flowers and everything else like that, it's really, really, the attention to detail is just remarkable on these maps. Okay. Then rolling on to this side here. Again, the attention to detail, just fantastic. Okay, so again, that's the one side. There's the other side. I would look laying this direction. Again, you place the map any type of way that you want. Oh, skip the page. There we go. Absolutely brilliant and beautiful. The cartography is beautiful. The attention to detail, everything that we've been talking about for the last 35 minutes is right here. Again, the colors, attention to detail on all the plants, everything. Just absolutely stunning. Again, first page, second page. Click a little outpost here. Wall, some spikes on there, which leads into this area over here, which looks like it's a rather large fire pit right in the center of the room. Again, as I said earlier, if you have a paper terrain, you want to throw it in there just to enhance it a little bit. Beautiful. You got some 3D terrain, you want to throw some 3D terrain in there. Look, there's a pile of gold sitting in the corner there, which wouldn't happen, but you can use that. You want to put some crates in there, put some crates right in the corner there for the 3D terrain. Again, it just enhances it a little bit. If you want to use sorry about that. If you want to use the paper terrain and you want to throw a row of chairs back there, you can do that. Nice area, you want to make it a little more plush. Boom, throw it in there. Fits perfectly. It just enhances it just a little bit. You know what I mean? That's the whole idea. Using this stuff. Okay. Getting down by the docks. And if you have, again, if you use both mats, when you lay it down, you just have to kind of find the mat that would match with it. That's the whole idea. So if I get on the back of all the books, they have it. So if you look right here, this one here, if I laid it down flat, and I put that side. So let me just show you it real quick. That's pages 9 and 10. Let me just find it real quick. So I can show it to you this way. So I could show you. So you got this side of the map. You got that side of the map. But if you take the map and you do this, okay, I flap the other book down. Now you've really got something talking. They all line up. Again, it's a little hard to keep them together, but it makes a huge board for you. Makes a huge game board, basically. And that is, you know, really, really something to look at. That's a really, really beautiful thing. Again, that's volume 1 that I just showed you also, along with volume 2. So let's continue going on. But that's really impressive when you look at it and you put it on a table. People go, you know, you're playing a game, they're like, that's pretty cool. You know, now they can really see the adventure. Again, the detail in the water is just phenomenal. Everything about the rocks under the water, some submerged, some not submerged. It's just, these maps are just absolutely stunning. Again, there they are. Can open rooms like this. You can put furniture in there, you can put carpets in there, you can put all kinds of stuff in there. Just like you would design your own house. Also, you would design it for your game as well. You enhance it the way you want it. Again, as I always say, anything that says fantasy on it, you know, meant for fantasy RPG. Well, not necessarily. I can use this again for Blade Runner. I can use this for, you know, I could use this for, obviously Starfinder. I could use it for Star Trek, the role-playing game. I could use it for Aliens. I could use it for whatever I feel like using it for. You don't have to stick with when they say it's just for fantasy. Nope. You know, the great thing is our imagination. That's why we play role-playing games, for the imagination. So the reality is these maps can be used for regardless of what, even if it says that's, you know, for fantasy, you can use it for any type of role-playing games. Or if you want to create your own, again, it's primarily for 25, 28 millimeter bases. Again, you could do that. You can use this for that as well. For 15 mil, it'd be a little bit difficult. You'd have to adjust everything scale-wise. But there you go. Two of them side by side. Again, the elevations, really cool. There's an overhang right there. So if you're fighting, you know that they're going to have advantage, height advantage for being up top here, especially up here and stuff like that. There's going to be elevation. Same thing on this side here. Again, looks like a little tavern. Nice cozy. Got the nice warm fire over here. The antlers hanging on top of it. So, again, your adventures start, your heroes start their adventure here, or your villains start here. They could be good, evil, chaotic, neutral, you know, all those classes that you know about. All right, moving on here. So let's see what we got here. Some more beautiful, beautiful. Again, you may not be able to see it through the camera, but when you see it in person, these maps really, 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 they really, really pop. They really do. The colors, very vibrant. And they look really, really cool. There it is. See it up close. Over to this side. The detail on the plants, the bushes, the grass, the rusting on the statue. Cobblestone streets. Again, you have the one side and the other side. Again, you could face it this way, face it this way, face it this way. It's 100%, 1000% up to you how you're going to use it. Again, just a wide open blank one where you can create your own. Again, if you have houses, you put houses on there. If you have again, if you have your 3D, if you have your paper terrain, again, there you go, boom, house here. Boom, this is here. Maybe there's some foliage over here. Boom, boom. Okay. Maybe there's a walkway leading up. Let's move this way. You want to put this out there. There's a bone walkway going over here. That's over here. Let's move this down a little bit. Try to make it a little more centered for you. And there you go. And you put the paper terrain down, it makes it really look cool. Okay, you don't have a regular figure, you got standees. All right, you put a standee in, that's your Pathfinder standee. You can use that. All right, if you don't like that, let's say you have just a regular pawn from a game. Looks cool. Take the pawn off. Your butler happens to be walking by. Not sure why, but he's out there in town. Okay, or maybe he's the one who, let's just say when you open the bill, again, it's a bed there, so you can't do that. Let's just say the openings are for hypothetical sense. You know, maybe he's inside the house waiting for you. Who knows? You know, maybe the butler's in there waiting for you. If you have zombie side figures, you could use them. Okay. If you have pre-painted miniatures, you can put those on there. He's pre-painted. Okay. So again, the way you design your games is totally up to you, and that's why they give you the blank pages. So you can use either, again, you want to do this, and let's just say you want to throw in there, say you want to throw in a statue, something in the corner, you could do that. You want to use that, you want something a little simpler, put that over here like that. Okay. Again, it's totally 100% up to you. We'll throw some crates in the corner, but throw those over there, that's fine. Makes sense to be crates over there, why not? So the paper train looks great. Again, and when you go into the rooms, you investigate, just flip it that way, and you have another scene. If I don't like that there, I can move this over here. The bones are leading up to the temple entrance. Oh, so kind of center that. Maybe the house is down here. You're not even going to look at that. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's all totally up to the way that you want to use it. So there you go. So that's how you use those. Again, the clings, the terrain, the paper terrain, none of that is included with the purchase of this. That is used for example purposes only. Again, grass and the stones. And my little girls, my little cats are running around playing this morning, so they're all having fun. So if you hear that background noise, that's what they are. They're just running around having a good time, which always makes me happy to see. Oh, skip the page there, so let's move over to here. So let's look at this page. Again, you use it either this way, use both, or you can use both maps together to form an even larger board. So there you go. That's the map itself. Again, the colors of the carpets, they just pop. It may not capture that on camera, but you know, they are. Look at the elevations, and this is another top floor here that you're going to investigate. Again, if you lay it down flat, you're down here. Upstairs, again, you have a height advantage from here to here, and then you come across into here, and you see it all. Let's take a look on this side. Getting the detail, beautiful. I'll see an upscale castle or some sort of dwelling, obviously. Could be a hotel, could be, you know, it's up to your imagination. And as you leave that side, again, you lay it down flat, that's what it looks like from all sides. Then you have this a little grungier side. Got some ruined walls here. Could be the basement area, could be the dungeon area. If you have, make this a dungeon area, definitely could see that. You've got some, again, you put some doors on here. So you have some Gothic doors for that, you know, 3D terrain or regular terrain. And paper terrain, you can put the doors in there, or cells, should I say. Now you got yourself a prison. Okay. Again, when it's laid out, that's what it looks like, fully. This side. Up to this side. It's almost like an upscale restaurant here. Of some kind. Again, flat. There's your complete. That would look complete. I know this video is a little bit longer, but at the same time, I want to show you kind of in detail. You know, we're spending money. You want to make sure you're making a smart purchase. So sometimes seeing a video of this nature will help you make a choice whether you want to invest in a Loke battle mat, especially one that's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit on the pricier side. Again, both sides. Well worth the investment, but again, you want to make sure. You know, I didn't buy everything all at once. Again, this is not paid for by Loke battle mats. None of my videos are paid by anybody. This is all stuff it's out of pocket. I usually buy things on sale or find, you know, from secondhand stores or whatever. I always look for sales. I'm always looking around to see what it is. And when I do, I show it on the channel. So there you go. There's another one. Wide open area there for you. Getting close here. And there's your full map right there, the one side. The waterways. Again, the attention to detail just magnificent. Cartography, just great. Again, they're 1-inch squares. The detail in the water, submerged rocks, just beautifully laid out and beautifully done. Moving over to here, the attention to detail is phenomenal. It's one thing I could say, Loke battle mats are as good or better than any other things on the market, without a doubt in my mind. I mean, I love my Starfinder maps, I love the Pathfinder maps, but these definitely give a run for its money. And they are more expensive than those. Again, another beautiful one. Go the attention to the detail of the plants, the grass, the stonework, everything. Details are just fantastic on all these. And there's your map on that side, and then you got your map on this side. Again, obviously it's like a cemetery. Got your crypts over there, you got some headstones laying down. Okay, so there's one side. And there we go. And there's your map, the full map. Show it to you the full map, but let's show you the detail on it. Broken stones. It's just the detail is just phenomenal. Broken door over there, smashed flooring. Again, the attention to detail is just phenomenal. And again, whether you use this for fantasy, use it for science fiction, pulp fiction, anything that you use it for, it's okay. It's all up into your imagination. So again, as I said to you, you can use these as one page this way. So you get the one map that way. You can use the full map this way. Okay. Use the example of the one last time. I gotta pull out the other book again real quick. I gotta look at C37, 38. There they are. So again, they line up perfectly. So again, this is book 2. And if you match it with book 1, so there you go. You want to match it with book 1. They match up perfectly. Or if you don't want to match it up that way, we got to flip it this way. Do it that way. Or you want to do it this way. You can match it up. So it's, again, it's totally up to your own imagination. So you want to do it, let's do it this way. See? So again, there's lots of different ways you can use these books. And when you get 2 of them versus just buying one, you know, this is a double pack. It's definitely going to be, you know, you can definitely enhance your game by using multiple copies of the book. Or I should say, using the 2 volumes of the book. All right, so there you have it. That is volume 2. We got volume 1 and 2 right here. And that's everything that's included and concludes our unboxing of Towns and Taverns Book of Battle Mats. A set of 2 battle mat books for role-playing games, RPGs, brought to you by the great people over at Loke Battle Mats. 2 books combined seamlessly to create a 24 by 24 urban fantasy map. As always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well. Enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.